welcome. My name is Roxanne Wilson and welcome to Penny Workshops. I do feel like it's been a long time since I've seen you all because May, was such a long month that it's like had that extra week in it while you all were closing your month. So I'd love to know, how did May end for you and what are you most excited about when it comes to June? Now with Penny Workshops, the way that they work is that we get to hang out together and it's all about getting you into activity and letting you know how your virtual assistant Penny can help you with all the things. This is a special session because I am not alone. I'm here with the phenomenal and wonderful Ruby. Ruby is going to be doing live interpretation of Spanish, Español. So if you would like to hear what's going on in Spanish, we have you covered. So she's going to do that. In fact, I'm going to send her over to the interpretation room now. What I will say, and she's going to say this too, is just in case you are listening in Spanish, is if you want to go down to the bottom of the screen, you're going to see a globe and it says interpretation. Click on that and it will take you over to the interpretation room after I open it.
Yeah. Para escuchar esta sesión en español, tienen que hacer clic en la parte inferior de la pantalla y elige la opción español.
Awesome. All right, we're going to get started with that room now. So Ruby is over there and you can go ahead and start clicking. Good morning, Shanna. Good to see you. Or if it's Shauna or Shanna, good to see you. So today we are talking about all things adding your prospects to Penny. And you probably want to like, okay, why do I, Why? Well, because here's the thing. We all know that you are meeting people all the time. That's what this business is about, right? Communication. But if you don't have a way to put them inside of some place to keep track of them, they fall through the cracks. It's just a normal thing that happens. The great news is you have Penny at your beck and call at your assistants to make sure that you never forget a prospect. I'm curious, how many of you are currently using Penny for your prospecting? And when we talk about prospecting in Penny, I just want to clarify that when Penny talks about prospecting, Penny is specifically talking about anyone who is a potential business partner, a potential customer, or even a potential referral person, right? So honestly, when I say that, you might be thinking, wait a moment, anyone who's potentially going to be something to me in the future, which really means that whenever you meet anyone, you want to be putting them inside of Penny. Anyone. That includes the person at the grocery store. That includes the person in the yoga class. That includes someone that you might meet online. It's not to say that the first thing you're ever going to talk to them about is your business, but as you have that natural progression with them and you cultivate that relationship, let Penny keep track of that relationship and remind you to stay in communication with them so that when it's time, they are a great resource in those different ways. So let me say that again, because I think it's so important for you to think about. Any communication you're having with anyone who is potentially a business partner, a customer, or someone who can refer you to other people, you want to put that name, that person inside of Penny. So Penny can help you to remind you to keep track of them. As we get older, it's having those like natural communication with new people is really not a normal thing, right? When you're younger, you meet all these people and that's what you do. As we get older, our group gets smaller and smaller, but with network marketing, it's part of your business. And so let Penny help you with that. Now, Tina says, I've been trying to use it, but the category is a little confusing between customers and potential downline. I hear you. And we'll go through that today. So thank you for calling that out. Shanna says, good to know. Yeah, she wasn't doing that, but she's going to start doing that now. Yes, I think it's good to know that because here's the thing. I know that when I was working my business, I would keep track of things on notebooks. So to do that, I use spreadsheets. I would even use a paper towel, y'all, if it came up and it was right there and I'd write it down and expect to remember that. The truth of the matter is if you're not putting it all in one place that frankly will automatically remind you to touch base with them, you will forget them. I can guarantee, and I don't guarantee a lot of things, but I can guarantee that right now in your business, there's someone that you said that you would reach out to, or someone you thought I need to keep in connection with, and you've forgotten. That is completely normal. It's human. That's why I want you to think, okay, whenever I meet someone, I'm putting them in Penny because Penny's going to make sure I don't forget, which means all you have to do is open up Penny and allow Penny to give you that information. Now with that, I want to say a little something else before we dive into the different ways to add prospects I think is really important. So we have a team, part of Penny, that does the data, that actually tracks the results that you all get from using Penny. And I have to tell you, these results, y'all, every month they just get better and better and better. And what we're finding is this: by doing just 30 tasks a month inside of Penny, and by tasks, I mean opening up your daily and doing the reach outs or doing your follow-ups or doing your connects, we're finding that people are getting 5 times the volume, 5 times the revenue than those who are not doing it. And there's even more specific tasks that I'm seeing with some of our partners that's even larger than that. We're talking like 562%. We're talking about more people, like 14 or 17 more 17 people recruited in a course of 90 days, as opposed to like 1 or 2 from people who aren't using Penny in a business. So this is, I'm telling you this because you're here. You've already said, okay, I want to learn more about Penny. I want to know how to use it more. I want to encourage you that, yes, picking up Penny on a daily basis, opening up that daily and completing those tasks does work for your business. It is one of the healthiest things you can do for your business. So I encourage you to do that. Okay. All right. So with that, let me show you the different ways that you can actually put all the good things inside of Penny. All right. All your prospects. And remember, a prospect is going to be anyone you talk to. We're just changing that. It's anyone who you talk to, because they're future someone to you, right? So I'm going to show you 4 different ways to put them in. Please note today, if you have questions, I'd love for you to pop it in the chat. I'll be answering those questions for you. So if you have a question, I can solve it in the chat. Okay. All right. So, and if you want to work alongside me, please do it. We love that. So I'm going to show you first and foremost how to add a contact. And I say contact, so think prospect, contact, interchangeable. It's a person that you're adding inside of Penny. You're going to hop in here. I'm going to make this just a tad bigger. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So when you're inside of Penny, Penny always opens up to the daily, because Penny is always thinking about you getting into communication and connections, because Penny knows that's how you grow. The bottom left-hand side of the screen, you're going to see on your app, you're going to see something that says add. There's a plus sign, and you'll see that add button. What I want you to do is go ahead and tap on that add button. Am I going too quickly, by the way? I'm just, okay, good. I get so excited and I'm like, I need to remember there's someone who's interpreting. Okay. All right. So top of the screen, the first thing here at the tippy top is add a contact. Why? Because Penny knows that for the prospecting portion of Penny to work, you've got to put names in. Remember, your Penny might look a little different than my Penny, because you might have, your Penny might be connected to your back office. So the colors might be a little different. That's totally okay. The bones are the same. All right. Top of the screen where you see add a contact. When you tap on add a contact, you'll do exactly that. So you're going to go to the name section, type in, and I'll show you this. I'm going to type in Ruby. Last name Red. That's not really her last name, y'all, but that's what we're going to call her today. Where do they live? We'll put in Squamish. Now, why is Penny so nosy? Well, because she's your virtual assistant, but also because when you put in the name, the place of where they live, you can put the state, you can put the province, you can put the city. If you have the city or the province, I hope that's right, pop that in. But here's the benefit of that. Penny will actually give you information, will bubble up, let you know. You might see things like the weather, where they are. You might see things like the time. That helps, because time zones are like my nemesis. But really, it helps to know the time. It also helps to know the weather, because if you don't know what to talk to them about, you can say, oh my goodness, there's a blizzard going on. How are you doing with that? Okay. Everybody loves to talk about the weather. Now, below where they live, this is where you're going to put in some detailed contact information. You'll pop in their email if you have their email address. If you don't, that's okay. You can hop over to the phone number. If you have their phone number right now, or you're going to pop one in. But I want to remind you that it's okay if you don't, because once you add them into Penny, you can always add more information. Okay, just know more information to come. Now, after that, you're going to see social profiles. You can, it is true, put in their Facebook, their Instagram, and their LinkedIn just like this. However, let me just call this out, because I know you're at the grocery store. You bond with someone over the fact that you both love the same protein bars, and which, by the way, I did that the other day at Trader Joe's, because you never know what one tastes like. And so she tried one and I tried one. So then we talked about like what it tasted like. Anyway, it can happen. You might get to a point where it makes sense for you all to connect, right? And you might go, hey, what's your Instagram account? Or what's your Facebook account, right? In that moment, you probably then like exchange and you follow each other. This is a natural thing that happens. I know you all network like champs. Here's the thing, when you do that, couple call outs, we still want to get that name and that person inside of Penny. But I know I just want to remind you is when you do that and you follow someone, if you don't like screenshot that, or what I recommend doing is sending them a message right there in that moment. Then when you go back, like it gets scrambled. You don't remember the person's name or who you're following. But this is why I'm going here. You have an ability when you do this, when you add, when you're adding someone, to add their Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, but there's a faster way to do it. Now, I'm not going to go over it today, but I am going to put the link in the chat on exactly how, when you get back home after you meet that person and you're like, okay, we connected on the gram, it's awesome. You're going to come back home and you're going to go and open up your Instagram, your Facebook, or your LinkedIn on the desktop. And Penny, if you have the Penny Plus extension, will be right there with you. And you can just click on the information and Penny will automatically bring it over to your account. All right. Now, that is a fancy smancy, amazing thing that you all have the ability to use. Let me go ahead and put the link for you in the chat so that you can like dive in deeper into how that's done. All right. Oh yeah. And Jessica says she loves the extension. Jessica, I love the extension too. I have to tell you, I'm like, this is like the coolest thing. I have the extension presentation. I'm going to put that right here, but here's what I want you to know, because we do have one of them in Spanish and one of them in English. So this is the English version of that you can catch. And then let me grab the Espanol version of it as well too. And I'm putting that in the chat for you all so that you can watch that at your leisure to use that extension. Okay, so we'll pretend we put in some information here. Once we put in the information, we're going to tap on that create button, right? So when you tap on that create button, this is where I know some of you are like, wow, there's too many choices. And you know what? I think that Penny in a future life may not have this many choices. So don't be surprised if you see fewer choices. But for now, you have the choices of prospect, customer, downline, upline, another line, or uncategorized, depending on if your account is connected to your company's back office or not. I want you to just not even worry about the smorgasbord of choices, right? If you have an account that's connected to your back office, you know, you probably won't see customers there. Just go ahead and tap on prospect. Consider everyone you're talking to who is not currently in business with you, buying your product or referring people as a prospect, and I just forget about the others. Now, if you're here and you have we call it a Thrive account, and it is not connected to the back office, then the two you're probably going to focus on is prospect or customer, because you do have to manually put in your customers. But if you're with one of our partners, you don't have to manually put in your customers, so you won't even see that. Okay, so just think everybody's a prospect. Forget about the downline, upline, sideline, uncategorized. Don't even think about those. Does that sound good to everybody? Okay, it's like the rest of them, they're gone to you. They're invisible. They're unseen. Just tap on prospect. So once you tap on prospect, like I just did, you're going to tap on the categorize button, the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. And because Penny is there for you, because Penny knows that when you connect, you make money. I said it. I said it. It's a thing. You are going to go ahead and Penny's going to say, great. When are you going to reach out? When are we going to do that first connection? You can choose today. You can choose a future date, or honestly, excuse me, let me get some water. If you were talking to them about stuff at yoga today, you can go ahead and do previously completed because you already did that and you're logging it. I'm going to show you what happens if you do pick a date, which is the option on the right-hand side of the screen. When you tap on pick a date, it's going to open up your calendar. All right. So you can actually pick a personal specific date. So if I met Jessica at the candy store, hanging around and staring at me. Okay. Sorry. I was thinking about a song. Here's the thing. And it wasn't Taylor. It was Leader of the Pack, which I'm showing my age, but that's okay. So you can, if she says, okay, listen, okay, I'm coming back in 5 days and I need you to talk to me then. Don't forget, because I'll forget. You can actually count the 5 days, and you can pick a 5-day future date. Okay, so I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to talk to her on the 12th. I'll call her on the Monday, and then you can make a specific date. So you have those options. Once you do, you're going to tap on schedule, and you have an opportunity to put in notes and tags. Now, I'm not going to go into all the depths of notes and tags today. I just want to remind you, do not sleep on them. They rock the Casbah. Is anybody confused about them? I have a video. We went over some great things when it comes to tags and notes that I'll just pop in here that you can take a look at. I'm just going to give you the whole YouTube channel so you guys can see all the videos that are there. And some of you someone's gonna ask me, what if I can't? I gotcha. I'll show you where you can find the YouTube channel if you're not able to click on those links in the webinar. So listen, you're gonna put in some notes. Anything you put in that's gonna help you remember what you talked to them about last, so you have that seamless communication. You're gonna put in some tags, anything that's gonna help you categorize them, so in the future you can filter them out if you need to. Once you've done all that beautiful information you put in, you're gonna tap on next. And then it's been added. Just like that, you've added it and you've also scheduled a reach out. You're good to go. Now, here's what I want to tell you, because I know what happens, y'all. I've been you, I know you. You might be thinking, okay, I have about 50, 100, 2,000, 10, whatever the number is, prospects that I need to put into Penny. And you're sitting here thinking, I need to go ahead and make that happen. And so you're going to sit down and that's going to be your project you're going to do, and it's going to take you weeks. Please do not. I don't recommend it. We got to keep you in activity. My suggestion to you is every time you work your business, decide you're going to put in 1 to 3 new contacts. 1 to 3. Those could be from your past, from a notebook that you have. Those could be the people you run into on the street. Now, what I love about this is at some point, all the names that you have that you've been compiling in different places will be in Penny. But if you keep that 1 to 3 goal, you literally be saying, okay, this week, I'm going to work my business 3 days this week, or maybe all 5 days this week. That means I have 9 to 15 new people that I'm going to be putting into Penny. And remember, when you're putting in people that are potentially all of the above under the umbrella, customer, team member, or someone who just helps you network, then the possibility for you putting in, it all counts as business building activity. So put them all in there for me, okay? So now you know one way. We know how to add one by one. Let's go ahead, for those of you who use spreadsheets, who use Google Drive or use numbers or sheets or Excel, there's a way that you can put them into. We're going to slide on over, literally, over to the desktop. Now, the desktop version is the only place you're going to import a spreadsheet. Desktop version also opens directly to the daily. If we hop on over to the left-hand side of the screen, you will see that your toolbar is here. We're going to go all the way down to contacts and click on contacts. Okay, now when you're on contacts, what I want you to do is come all the way to the top right-hand corner of the screen right here, and you're going to see the word add. +sign add, same thing we saw on the app. When you click on add, you'll have a screen will open up and you have an option that says add a contact, import a spreadsheet, or import email contacts. We're going to go ahead and click on import spreadsheet. When you click on import spreadsheet, it's going to open this up. This portion, Mandy, is just on the desktop version to import spreadsheets, just on a desktop version. Cell phone, you can't import a spreadsheet there. So good question for that. Most things you can do on both, but that importing of a spreadsheet is one of those like computer-based things. You're so welcome, Mandy. Okay, so now that we're here, little call out. See the sentence underneath import contacts from a spreadsheet? There's a sentence here and it says use this sample spreadsheet or this sample CSV. You're going to click on either sample spreadsheet or sample CSV. I always use a sample spreadsheet, I'll be honest with you. So you're going to click on that and it will automatically download a sample, because what you want to do is put the format, make the format the same so that you are able to put in all your deets. Now I'm going to go ahead and open this and I'll show you what it looks like. So I opened it and let me make that a little bit bigger. That's as big as she gets right now, but here's what you need to know. It will tell you, it'll show you like the line for your first name, last name, email address, some phone numbers. If you have their birthday, you can put that in there. If you don't, it's okay. Address, if you have the information, social media contacts, and notes. The end column is for notes. Please put in any notes you have, any information. If this is someone who buys from you offline. By that, I mean like they come to your house and buy, or you bulk order and you send some things. I say put that information, what they've bought, inside notes. I was talking to, I won't say, if I say what, I'll just say consultant, because otherwise you're like, I know that company. And she was saying that she keeps track of her orders on a little, like one of those little invoice, those little bank form things. And I was like, okay, all right, that works. She needs to now take that information, because it's just sitting on these carbon copies. Let's pop it in here so she can see what people have purchased in the past. Then she can make some tags a little bit later as well too, and pop it in. So you can put this information in here, your spreadsheet, take the spreadsheet you have, make sure it's formatted, then save it. Once you do that and you've saved it, you're going to come back over here. You're going to drag and drop or click on upload and upload it. Now, once you tap on upload, give Penny a moment to get all your information, make sure it's translated in, and then all of those contacts you put in, and you can do this over and over again if you wanted to, will actually be inside of Penny. So that is another way that you can do it. And if you are someone who uses spreadsheets, or you've used a different program of some sort, if you download that CSV file and you make it, and then you use our spreadsheet or a CSV file to make that format right, we can pop it in there and Penny's good for you. Okay. Does it? Yes, Jessica, great question. Jessica, it doesn't monitor the duplicates. Penny, there's a reason Penny AI is called Penny AI, because Penny is very smart. So if you have, Penny will look, and if the names look similar, if maybe the email address is the same, different things like that, Penny will say, that looks like the same person. So what you'll see is you'll get an alert that says, it looks like this is the Ruby you already have in there. Is that correct? And if so, Penny will merge them. If not, you can be like, no, I know 2 Rubies. That's just how I know 2 Ruby Reds. Then Penny will leave them separate. Now, there may be some that just kind of sneak through the cracks, because maybe like someone had a completely different Facebook name than their actual name. Maybe that's more likely an Instagram. You also have an ability to directly merge them yourself, to manually merge them yourself. So know that you can also do that if it doesn't pop up. Yeah, I know, it's really cool, isn't it, Jessica? Okay, and just a shout out to you while we're on this desktop version, I want to remind you, I gotta hide so you can see this. Give me 1 second. Let me just tuck away. I don't see it here. Hold on. It's hiding as I'm running into stuff. Let me move it over here. Where is it? My screen might be too big. Wait for it. Wait for it. There it is. Okay. I want to remind you all that if you ever have any questions, or if you want to look up how to do something and I'm not here right here with you, please go ahead and click on the little blue chat bubble at the bottom of the screen. When you click on that, it's going to open up this handy dandy search section. You can either send us a message and you'll get our amazing customer support team. They're wonderful. Or if you like to search, if you're like me, the family Google, you can search for help and click in here and just type in. So you can type in merge, for example, contacts, and it'll show you how to merge contacts, and you can open that up right there. Okay, so know that, and it'll walk you through how to merge contacts. So you have those options as well. If you want to manually merge, it'll show you how to do it. All right, so we have 2 more ways that you can add your prospects into Penny, because we want to give you as many ways as possible. So there's no excuse for not having all your people in here, so that you can keep track of them. So Penny can remind you to stay in communication and connection with them. So I'm going to come back over to the desk, not the desktop, to the app, Penny the app. And I'm going to go back to daily for 1 second. We're going to go back to the ad section on the left-hand side of the screen. When you tap on the ad section, here at the bottom, you're going to see two options that maybe you haven't noticed before. One says import phone contacts. Now, this is awesome, because if you want to add your phone contacts in there, you can. You'll just tap on that. Now, think about this. This is if you want to add all of your phone contacts. This is like, in the words of O-Town, all or nothing. All right. There's no in between. So if you want all of your phone contacts in here, I think I tapped on the wrong thing. Yes, I did. Let me try that again. There it is. Phone contacts. Penny will say, okay, we can do this. And then all you'll do is tap on next, and Penny will bring them all in. Now, here's what you need to know. First of all, I have no phone contacts in my demo account, so that was a lot faster. You do have phone contacts in there, so yours will take a little bit of time. Once you do that, that means that Penny will bring up people in here. And if you don't want your priest or your lady doctor on this list, lady doctor got that from one of y'all, I was like, oh, that's genius. Then this might not be the one, this not be the route for you. But if you do want all those people to bubble up, then lean into it. I always say, listen, you'll know. And if you do bring in all your phone contacts and you find it overwhelming that you're having to manually say forget about that person. They're not interested. Do not contact that person. Then all you need to do is go to the More section on the bottom of the screen, tap on live chat, and our customer support team will actually undo it for you. Like, whoop, they'll wipe it out for you. So just know you can try it and see if it works. And if you're like, it's too overwhelming, Roxanne, I don't like it this way, I want to bring them in 1 by 1 or 2 by 2, like the ants go marching in, then you can go ahead and just have them undo it. Okay. That is another way you can put in your contacts. I love it. I love it. Bring them all in and then you can work on them. Now there is one more way to add in contacts, because again, Penny's thinking globally and thinking you have all these people to talk to in all these different realms. How can we get them inside of Penny so you remember them? Like I said before, I know there are people that you are forgetting to reach out to. There are people right now who do want to join you in business and they do want to buy your product and they do have referrals for you, but it's so hard with all the things you do on a regular basis to remember all of the people in your neighborhood. So what you're going to do is you're going to come on over to Penny. And I guess I'm going to show you the desktop first because my app, my phone, oh, there it is. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to go back to the ad section. When we're in the ad section, what I want you to do is go ahead at the bottom. The last option is import email contacts. So we're going to tap on email, import email contacts. When you tap on import email contacts, you have 2 choices, my friends. You can either choose to import all your contacts from Outlook or Microsoft, whatever you want to call it, or you can continue and import all of your email contacts from Google or Gmail, right? So note that when you click on this button with either of them, it's going to ask you for your email address for the Google or for the Outlook, and it will import all of them. Again, all or nothing, but they can be in there just like that. And think about this. If you're someone who naturally, you'd be surprised. Your Outlook, your Gmail, they do get it like it's not just your email in there. Sometimes your phone numbers are in there. I don't know how they generate that information, but they have it. It will bring all of that, any notes, any phone number, any text messaging that'll be brought in if it's inside those email accounts in addition to email. Okay. Here's how we do it on the desktop. We come on over here. We go to the contact section. We go back to that ad in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Click on add. Then the third option is import email contacts. And then you'll see it'll look the same. You can continue with Outlook or with Google and you can load them up. All right. So now you have, y'all, you can add a contact 1 by 1. You can add a contact via uploading a spreadsheet. And you can also you can import all of your phone contacts or your email contacts. 4 different ways to get them all in here. The moral of the story is this. We know that when you allow your virtual assistant to get you into communication, to encourage you to connect and stay connected with people inside of your circle and beyond, we know that will help you grow your business. And that is what Penny is here to do. And so you'll see that just by get those prospects in, like I said, 1 to 3, adding 1 to 3, depending on what feels right to you, every time you work your business. Between that and making sure that every time you work your business, you are opening up Penny, you're going to the daily and you're completing tasks, you're not only going to save time, you are also going to see that that time that you're saving, the time that you are using in your business is more directed to growing your business. We know that when you complete 30 tasks in a month, you will see your business grow. And I'll be honest with you, we've noticed when you add 5 to 10 more than that, it grows even more exponentially. But get into the rhythm of every time you work your business, open up Penny and work the daily. Focus on that daily, and then go ahead and go to add and add 1 to 3 prospects or contacts each time. All right. It's been such a pleasure to be with you. If there are any other questions, hop them in the chat because we do have a moment. But in the meantime, let me just also tell you this, because I know some of you are probably wondering now, how do I get to that YouTube channel? Because I want to see some of the things I missed. I have some questions. I like to watch it on video. I hear you. You all registered for Penny workshops, which means you've all been to the Get Penny website to do that. Little call out here. When you're here, let's move this to the side. This is the website. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see, want to see what you missed. And if you click, oh, there's my head. If you click on this play or the watch now, it will take you to the YouTube channel and you'll be able to see all of the sessions and pick the ones that's right for you. Jessica, what I'd say is this, my question for you is how many contacts did you upload, A, and B, did you give it time? Oh yeah, 4,000. I love that. I added 4,000. You got to give Penny some time. Okay. So Penny needs some time to kind of marinate and bring them all in. So I always say like, go do a reel or go get some food or whatever, and then come back. 2,000 were uploaded. So give it time for another 2,000 to be uploaded. Oh my goodness. Welcome, Araceli. We're so excited that you're here with Penny. Next week, by the way, I'll be here. I'm here three weeks out of the month, doing these trainings. We don't do the last week of the month because I understand y'all are in go mode. Next week is Ask Rox Anything. So this is an opportunity for you to ask me any questions that you have. Maybe you're trying something, you're doing something like, how does this work again? Just come and bring them and we'll just roll with it and I'll answer any questions you have. Jessica just said, she said, thanks. She said, this is the most amazing platform ever. We love to hear that. Thank you so much. And as we love to say it, Penny, every day is a big day, and we know this is a big day for you all. So you take care. Thanks, and I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.